Hey everybody, Cypher92 here, back with the next part for my favorite episodes from certain Rugrats seasons. So, I did season 5, and I'm on to season 6 now, starring Dill. Pretty obvious here that I have obviously the first movie. Let's see, how many discs does season 6 have? Well, it looks like there's unfortunately 3 discs on season 6. For obvious reasons, I don't like 3 and 6 together. But in terms of the episodes, there are going to be 10 episodes on this list. And then I'll do, that's the wrong season. Season 7, probably after this video, maybe, if I have time. But this is just going straight off of what I'm looking at the moment, because I haven't actually, looked this at all. I'm just kind of winging this. Where's disc 1? Here it is. Okay. So, season 6, disc 1. Let's see. I do like Angelica's twin, if this is the one I'm thinking of. Angelica's twin is the one where she pretends that she has a twin sister called Paulina, because she wants to get 2 Cynthia toys in a store. I don't know what it is about this episode that I really like. It's just kind of a relaxing, a good episode, and it is kind of funny though how much they like Paulina, not Angelica. And she messes up at the end, obviously, where the babies find out that she obviously wasn't real. And obviously Dee Dee and Betty both knew that, that she was fibbing about this just to get an extra toy. And Dee Dee wanted to encourage her pretending there. So that's the first episode I'd probably list on that. That's one. Let's see. I'd probably say, so many. I'd probably say the No Naps, if I'm thinking this is the correct one, where Stu invents this little ball that has like a little merry-go-round thing in it, and Angelica was lying to the baby saying that Stu made it for her, but it actually wasn't. It was made for all the kids to play with, and she lies to the baby saying whoever can stay up the longest and awake gets to have this toy. And obviously Tommy didn't get that much sleep the night before because Dill kept on crying, so he couldn't get much sleep. So it was hard for him, but Angelica sabotaged it to where all the babies but Tommy were asleep. Obviously Tommy wins, but he kind of fakes out pretending to go to sleep and then gets the toy at the end. It's a really nice little episode. I like that one. That's 2. I'd say the next one after that would be Submarine. Submarine is a good one where Stu wants to go get a new van because they have Dill and Tommy now, and he wants to get a bigger car. And Stu thinks he knows all about this, while Lou offers to help him out and to get a good car, not a junky car. And kind of find out they are junky. And the babies, Tommy, Chucky, and Dill all think that it's an actual submarine. And it's absolutely a hilarious little episode. And they get the the van that's in the back of the store. No, store. The store, whatever it is. The car place. And because they were trying to sell him a junky car, they kind of told him either you give us this car or we'll pretty much sue you, kind of thing. And they get that car. It's an absolutely nice little episode. Not my favorite, but it's a pretty good one up there though. Let's see. The next one, that was 3. It's gonna be 4 now. Next one's going to be, I kind of probably put 4 on disc 1, 2. Wait, 4. That's 3. Wait, hold on a second. 4. Probably do like 4 on one, 3 on another, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 3 on the other. After that one, my brain has to do math. I just got done with work not long ago. I gotta pause this video though, and I'll be right back. I gotta take care of something. Okay, sorry I had to take care of something downstairs in my kitchen. But anyways, back to season 6. Sorry. And I was on episode 4, I think. Yeah. So I just did a submarine. That was 3. And Chucky's a lefty is probably another good one I like, where he comes to find out he's actually, I think it's called like ambidextrous. Like he initially could do right-handed, but then he turned into a left-handed kid. But I'm not sure if that's both. I think ambidextrous is both hands, but he technically becomes a left-handed kid. But it's a really nice little episode where Chucky thinks that he's weird or different just because he's left-handed. And there's a little gag where Charles got left-handed stuff from a store, which is the funny part about that is that all the stuff that he got is technically for either left or right-handed kids. It's just a very funny little gag, though. So that's that episode, disc 2. That was episode 4, or episode 4, yeah. Not in order, but in terms of what episode I like. The next one. Ooh, there's some good ones in this one. Trying to remember what that one is. Oh, there's some good ones in this one. Okay, so the 3 I'm going to pick is The Old Country from this disc 2. The Old Country is an episode where Minka and Boris are staying at like a cabin in the woods, and they invite Dee Dee and Stu over with Tommy and Dill, and Charles goes with to become like not a caveman, like a jungle man in a way, or it's kind of a funny episode with that, but he also brings Chucky obviously with them, and they made a little gag when Stu and Chaz and Dee Dee all arrive to Minka and Boris's cabin in like a forest. That what are they saying? 2 days or 2 weeks? It was hilarious. There's also episodes where they think that there's an elephant loose because he's talking about elements. Because Stu talked about like how they can't take out the elements of the forest, and they think that he said elephants, and they try to do everything they can to keep elephants away. It was a very funny little episode. I really like it. The next one would be probably the Ghost Story. That episode is about it was a good and weird episode where like they're standing over I think at Angelica's place for Tommy, Dill, Tommy, Dill, Chucky, Phil, and Lil were all staying over at Angelica's house doing this pretend campfire indoors because it was supposed to be outdoors, but they had to do indoor because of the storm that they were having there. And they wanted to tell a little scary stories. Normally I don't like wait, what am I saying? My brain's kind of out of it. But I don't know. The episode itself was good. They told like little spooky stories, and the weirdest thing about this episode, though, is that they made a reference to All Real Monsters by having some of the characters from that show in it. But I did find the gag funny where Tommy was supposed to be a Casper-like character, and Phil and Lil were Gomez and Morticia Addams from the Addams Family. I thought that was hilariously brilliant. I really liked that episode. It's not perfect, but I did like it. It's probably of that disc, probably not my favorite of this list, but it is a good enough one for references and all that. Even if I don't really like All Real Monsters, I did not care for that show that much, especially as an adult. It's just really weird. The next episode from disc 2 would be Chucky's Complaint, where they watch this commercial of Reptar breaking into some kid's home, which is weird because he's supposed to be a giant dinosaur, but he breaks into a standard-sized home. Okay, funny but weird. Anyway, he eats the cereal. It's advertising the Reptar cereal, which Chucky thought that he was being rude by taking the food and wants to write a complaint to Reptar. And Angelica lies to him saying that he eats babies and all that stuff, especially Chucky, because he has a complaint. She writes a letter for him to send and pretends to send it through the mail, and they go see Reptar at a little mall at the perfect timing when Dee Dee said, "Oh, we'll take him when Dill wakes up," and right when she said that, he wakes up, and Betty, who's visiting, said, "Oh, perfect timing, Dill boy," or something like that. It's a really funny little story, little episode. I really like this part where they're going around like the merry-go-round to try to stay away from Reptar, but they come to find out it was just obviously a guy in a costume and just doing meet and greets, and Chucky brings like flowers and Dill pulls on his shorts, and it flings right out onto Reptar, or the guy in Reptar's suit, and he thinks, oh, that's very sweet that he brought flowers. Really good episode. And then disc 3. That was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, just need 3 more episodes. Let's see. I'd say probably Chucky's bachelor pad, when he thinks that he's moving out, being forced to move out because they think he's old enough to go to, to college and to move out to his own place. Obviously, it's not what happens. It was because Chucky's so used to his bed that Charles wanted to surprise him with a new bed, with a big boy bed, and a new paint job in a room. I thought the episode was hilarious, especially when Stu, Howard, and Charles were all dancing to music, and Howard does the splits by accident, and he crosses his eyes and falls forward. I just think I don't know why, that part absolutely makes me laugh so hard every time I see that. I love that scene, and it's an episode where Howard's actually shown a lot more in that episode, and I think that's good, because Howard's a funny character. They just don't use him that much, especially in later seasons. But let's see, that was a good episode. Obviously, Chucky likes the hold on one moment. Okay, sorry about that. I had to take care of something else real quick. I was on the disc 3 of season 6, I think I was. Yes, I was talking about which episode though? Oh, rats. See, that's wait. Oh. Oh yeah, the bachelor pad. But yeah, Chucky was going to find out that he just got a new bedroom. Cleaned up, got painted, got a new bed. It was a really nice episode. Pretty much they use, I think, that animation for that room for the rest of the series, especially when Kimmy comes into the series. But let's see, that's that episode. That's episode 8. Let's see. Here we go. 2x2. Now this is a biblical episode, and I really like it when they do biblical episodes. When they talk about Jesus in any way, shape, or form, then it makes me happy. And they talked about Noah's Ark, where they talk about Noah. Well, I think it's Boris who's reading a story while waiting for food to be done, and it's supposed to be Noah's Ark. And they talk about how Angelica pretends that there's going to be a flood, and tries to trick the babies into finding 2 of each animals and making their own kind of ark. It's a really good episode. I really love the reference to the Bible. I love it so much. Definitely one of the best in that season, without a doubt, in my opinion. Then the last episode, of my opinion, that I think is on here. Ooh, it's a toss-up. I'd say... I'd probably say Runaway Reptar, to be honest. I was about to say Chucky Collects, but that's probably going to be kind of like an episode that's honorable mentions. But Runaway Reptar, absolutely amazing special. I love it. It's like a 40-something minute special, 45 minute. So it's close to an hour long. It's a really good special where Grandpa Lou was taking Tommy, Chucky, Phil, and Lil, Angelica, and Dill all to a drive-in movie. And I've always wanted to go drive-in movie, honestly, personally, because it sounds fun. But I don't know. The special was great. The animation was really good in that episode. The tape version, in my opinion, is the best way to watch it. The DVD version I have on here does not actually play the best. I mean, the quality's not bad. It's more so, you can tell when a commercial comes in, well, the VHS tape version does not have that. It literally plays it straight through with no cuts. And I think that makes it a little bit better, to be honest. But the Runaway Reptar episode's really good. They also have scenes from Susie and her brothers, which is kind of funny how, I think it's Edwin. I think it's Edwin. Whichever one's the older one. I can't remember offhand. But the older one, kind of weird that he's even in that episode, just for the sake, I like the character. He just doesn't match the original version of that character in the older seasons, where he's kind of big bag, tough older brother. But then they kind of made him play down a little bit on this. But it's a really good episode. I mean, not episode, a special. I love the special. And the Reptar design on this is amazing. The perfect voice and design for Reptar is in this special, in my personal opinion. It's definitely one of my favorites to watch in terms of on VHS besides the movies. And definitely really love Runaway Reptar. But tell me in the comments below what you guys and girls think about this video. What do you think of Season 6? What are your favorite episodes? Season 6 honestly was better than I remember it being. I was thinking for some reason of Season 9. I love all the seasons, especially 1 through 8. 9 was my weakest, but it doesn't mean it was bad. But I do think, though, without a doubt, that's a really good season. But what episodes are your favorite? And who... Well, granted, yeah, that's pretty much it. What are your favorite episodes? And I'll definitely be doing Season 7 as soon as possible. I'll try to do it tonight. It depends on how quick this uploads and if I have the energy to, because I haven't had dinner yet. It's actually kind of sitting beside me. But see you guys next time, and God bless.